There's a show on, because you've mentioned this before, Kyle, the fear you have of people living in an attic, living in walls, living in. There's a show on Hulu called Frogging, Phrogging, and apparently that's the little term for someone living in your house without your knowledge. And there's multiple episodes of it. I only watched like 2, and one of them was this lady who, and in my head, I was like, obviously attic and like crawl space, like outside, like getting in under a crawl space or something, making a little homeless shelter under there. Like I thought those were going to be the 2 I would hear over and over. But some of these people were so bold, some of the froggers, that this one woman was like, yeah, this guy was living in my closet.
No.
In her closet. And he said, or she said that the way it, like, I guess he would live in there sometimes and then he would bounce out and like go somewhere else, like maybe an attic, basement. Like he was
night?
Up at the way he got caught was she was like, and I just saw this guy in my closet and he was dressed up in like my clothes, like a woman, like would you fuck me? I'd fuck
so maybe
like
maybe it's camouflage, to be fair. Let's give him that. Let's
maybe, like, but then she was talking in the way she described it was like he was scared of her.
Yeah.
Like he was fearful and afraid when he got caught. And she was like, he seemed really scared of me. And he asked me if I wanted to hug. And I said no. And then I told him to leave and he just walked out of my house dressed in my clothes. And then I followed him to the gas station he went to and just told some cops that man was living in my closet and around my home. And so they arrested him. But like, and this could be embarrassing if I'm ever frogged and I don't realize it, but I feel like I would have the situational awareness to, if you're in my attic and you're super light-footed, Legolas level light-footed, maybe I don't catch you for a bit, but even then,
the first day,
I think I'll catch it. There's no fucking way I slip up so badly that someone can hang out in my closet without me knowing. That's that woman's own complacency, if anything.
Actually, I take it back. Yeah, my closet is particularly odd. I'll send you a video of it later. You'll be like, oh shit, someone could be there right now, Kyle.
How big is your closet?
It's not that it's some sort of lifestyles of the rich and famous, like really, really big closet. It's an oddly shaped one that they stuck in. Instead of doing a bonus room, they sort of spun the closet off, and it goes around 2 corners. And there's a little midget-sized door that just opens up into attic space, like straight from inside the house to inside the attic, from the second floor through this little bitty door that's all, and it's like, it's not meant to be used a lot, clearly, because it's all insulated and like kind of plugged in, but it's like, holy shit, like somebody could be living in there. I wouldn't know.
That's prime frogging territory.
There's enough AC in here to like stay cool too, because the closet has AC. I turned that off because it seems like, why am I keeping my clothes cool?
So it's refreshing to get dressed in them.
Sweat it out, you fuckers. But yeah, that's a real nightmare scenario. Someone living in the house, especially if they mean you harm. It's one thing if it's some down on their luck, like decent person, or maybe even someone who's mentally ill, who's like childlike in a way, in their own way, and it's like they're afraid of you. Like your guy was terrified of that lady when he got found out living in her closet. Yeah. Man, I would be terrified. I would be just as terrified as the most terrified of home invaders living in closets. Especially if, imagine this. Imagine you didn't discover them. You found their nest.
That would be scary, because you'd be like, when are they coming back? Where are they now?
When are they coming back? And where are they now?
Yeah, they're probably somewhere else in the house.
You cannot react. You can't scream to yourself and say, everyone run out of the house. There were people frogging up here, because then they might hear, and maybe they're close to a family member and they hurt them. You've got to carefully get the family out. Then you got to call the cops from the outside. And it's a whole nightmare that your life has descended into, because you just found a nest. And I'm imagining like lots of Gatorade with some piss in it, like piss bottles and like canned foods and like a sleeping bag for sure. And maybe like a hung up clock radio or TV, or like, some bullshit homeless shit up in my attic, right?
Yeah. Imagine if they're like protected. like their chimney sweeps, they have tenants' rights. Like, you can't evict them. You have to wait until they're done breeding, and then they get to live in your closet.
This is a an endangered Atlanta homeless. You can't force him out. He has to choose to leave. He's
hobos and sparrows. You got to let them do their thing here. It's the law.
Yeah, that would be terrible.
On those eastern bats.
Because I would assume malice right away.
Fuck that.
Like, I wouldn't assume they were down on their luck. I would assume this person has a notebook somewhere with a plan on how to kill me and all my loved ones, and they're just biding their time, enjoying my AC and my plumbing.
I think I'd move out. Because like now there's a guy. Now they have a grudge against me, and they know where I live, and like they're not going for life. They're going to be out in a year at worst case scenario, right? You got to run.
Yeah.
This is a scary movie.
I mean, there's nothing that's going to stop him. He's homeless. He already knows that much
broke
about
into
you.
Your house.
He's already like snuck down, taken your keys, gone to your giant safe in the basement, and then like opened it, and he found your passport, and he found your social card, and he took pictures of all that, and he put it back in there. And that's what he's doing.
Keep them out like a mouse.
Stealing our identity. What if it's
stealing our identity?
You find the door they came in and stuff it with steel wool, so they can't come back.
Well, I put out a bunch of sticky traps. He's covered in glue.
You'll die eventually. It's close.
You're home alone. This bullshit. You can't come back.
I caught an intruder in the glue trap this morning. What'd you do? I didn't have the heart to put him down. I just left him up there. Well, that's a scary thought. I saw a whole like Mojo top 10. Fuck it. There's a trillion of those. Anything you want to see about, and I think it was about like top 10 scariest real life times when someone had lived in somebody's fucking house without them knowing it, and it was just I go up in the attic every now and then, just make sure. But the real thing in the South, it's so hot up there, dude. It gets impossibly hot up there. I'm guessing, but 150 wouldn't surprise me a bit. All day.
That would kill you for sure.
Yeah, you just die up there.
I hope that chipmunk from weeks ago that I saw escape into my garage, I hope it actually left, because otherwise there's just a dead chipmunk.
You didn't crack the garage door for him a little?
I left it all the way open for hours after I chased him out there. So hopefully he actually left. 'Cause otherwise he's dead, because that was in the hottest of the year.
I had a bat. So my attic has these, I guess it's like a dormer or something. And there are these slats, kind of like a mini blind, but behind it is screen. And the bat sort of made a little nest outside the house, because it was outside the screen, but inside the slats, and that was his spot. So I wasn't sure how to handle it, but what I did is I hit him so he flew away, and then I sprayed his nest with like hornet and wasp spray to make it unappealing.
I hate that.
And that seemed to work.
Yeah. Okay. You think it's like, I used to be so fucking dumb that I was like, oh, wasp poison special made for wasps, and it's like, no, it's just poison. Like, you spray someone with wasp spray, they're
I think that it's mostly just some sort of petroleum based, like think paint thinner or gasoline, somewhere in the middle, right on the petroleum distillate chart. I think it's just pressurized that. Because
did you see that clip of those people who like put gas jars on wasps' nest or hornets' nest? Did you see the one of that retard who like didn't measure it out correctly, and so like he put it on there, but there was an overhang, and so there was a gap where the wasps could just go like zzz, and straight out of it, and so then he just got attacked by a bunch of wasps.
Wasps, remember your face.
I can't possibly pronounce these words. Wasp killer sprays contain insecticides that are toxic to wasps and hornets. The active ingredient in these sprays are pyrethroids and pythins. These ingredients are synthetic versions of pythins. The point is this: they're toxic to wasps and hornets, but not as toxic to humans. I didn't see that coming.
Is that a size thing though?
You say that,
it's like less toxic to us because we're so big.
I saw a dude get sprayed with hornet spray on YouTube one time, and he took it very poorly.
Taylor, glad you came to me for my opinion on the synthetic versions of pyrothins derived from chrysanthemums.
Chrysanthemums. Yeah.
Well,
that is it. Oh, well, that's A word I don't read very often. You're
Yes.
right.
I mean,
I had to
flowers?
backwards engineer that one. Yeah,
Well,
I didn't know that they had
It's
poison in
spelled
them.
CHRY, xanthanums. Okay, so all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them do that with the gasoline. We would honestly always just throw a little cup of gasoline on them. I know that seems counterintuitive, like you might set a building on fire. Makes sense, but that's what we do. We just douse them with a little bit of gasoline. Usually did the trick.
Yeah, most things hate being covered in gas.
They hate it. And
Yeah.
if they don't hate it enough, well, step 2 is setting them on fire.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like that first thing? You're gonna hate this new thing. This is just
Yeah.
the worst.
There's no animals that are immune to fire. No terrestrial animals.
I don't think so. I think we all have fire.
I'm glad you went
vulnerability.
terrestrial because I had shark on the tip of my tongue.
I had to hedge real quick on that and be like, no, you can't say
Not-
fish.
I mean, it's not like he's immune to fire. He just happens to be in the water.
I agree.
You get him up here. I'll see how he likes these cigarettes. Fucking
If there's any
yeah, you don't like it now, do you, bitch?
You're just burning a catfish.
No, it's a shark.
no
I
reason.
wouldn't torture a catfish.
No, you'd eat it. Or maybe you wouldn't. I know you're not the biggest catfish guy. With
Oh,
I
no,
think is
no, I like
incredibly
it.
bougie. Oh, okay. I thought for some
I actually
reason
had
you didn't.
catfish like last week or something like that. There was like a fish house near me, and I was like, yeah, I haven't had catfish forever. I got hush puppies and catfish. Put some fucking lemon juice on that shit. Love it.